Hello. Today is the 30th of April 2022. It's 10:02 in the morning. It's Gracie, my granddaughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Gracie. You're 20 years old. You're a young woman. I don't see how that's possible. In my head, I'm 18 and your dad ain't even born. But that's the way it goes. And last night, we went to bed early. So all the lights were off except for the light in the kitchen over the stove, and I heard a vehicle outside, but I am not going to get out of bed and go and investigate. That's just not who I am. I'm going to hide. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear nothing, because I don't have any defense. There's no defense. You know, I'm too weak to fight anybody, and I don't know how to shoot guns, and you're never going to see me rushing into the arms of danger to figure out what's going on. Anyway, so the door opens and I hear somebody and I think, oh, it's Jason. Well, kind of late to be burning the garbage like I asked you to today on Friday. And person comes to the door and says something, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm laying there watching my iPad and with my mask on, and person talks some more, and I'm like, wait, who is this? He says, it's me, it's Joshua. So there has been a reconciliation between my middle son and I. He still believes that I'm a manipulating narcissist, and with malignant, toxic traits that only apply to him. I don't know. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to wander in that field. He did say something which was quite telling when we were talking, because we did talk quite a bit. He talked mostly, which is that perception is 9/10 of the problem with people. And then I turned it around on him and said, well, your perception of me could be the problem, Josh, because it's not actually based in truth, from what I see and from what the people around me tell me. So I can't see myself from your eyes because I don't recognize that vision of myself, which is not what I said, but what I meant. Dude, you're wrong, is what I meant. I do not see those in me. When I do see those things creeping up, I work very hard to get to the root of them and try and throw them out, work them through, become more evolved. But that was very good to have that. To have that reconciliation with him, and I'm very happy for the way things have turned out for him, because he was in some legal trouble that could have gone very, very badly, but unfortunately he doesn't have a job probably anymore because problems with carpal tunnel and a ganglion cyst and something else. Oh, rotator cuff, which is not going to be fun, son. That rotator cuff surgery is a bitch. Excuse me, but it is hard. It is painful. And the physical therapy afterwards ain't no picnic. And I know this from watching people. I don't have to experience it to know what it's like. I can pretty much imagine it. Probably not in all its full goriness and painfulness, but I've seen it. And no matter how well they fix it, a rotator cuff, it will never be the same as it was when you were born, the way God made it. So that will be a challenge to him. But he says there are jobs all over the place, and he'll be able to find another job as soon as all of his surgeries are finished. He got health insurance through that job after 30 days or 60 days. But will it cover these pre-existing conditions? That's the question. We don't know. So he may have trouble getting those surgeries done. I told him how I healed my ganglion cyst, which was simply taking and not touching it, but going around it with my finger and imagining it gone, and it went away. Try it, it can't hurt. But you have to believe that it will work. And he doesn't believe it will work, so probably it won't. Anyway, it was good to see him and to get a hug from him, and at least there's not that anymore where I have to make sure I'm not in his presence when he comes over to see his dad. And I almost spilled the beans about his dad going to be giving him a chunk of money, but I didn't. I kept my mouth shut. That is my problem. I cannot keep my mouth shut. Don't tell me any secrets. I'm not a secret keeper. Roxanne and my mom and my grandma, my Aunt Mary, all told me that my Grandma Lemon could keep a secret like nobody's business. She would not tell anybody anything anybody told her not to tell. I did not inherit that from her or her sister, who was my actual grandma. But I'm really wanting to get back into genealogy again, because there's so much interesting stuff. They have it so that they can, on Ancestry now, where they can tell you what parts of the world ancestry that you inherited from each parent. So my dad's side is going to be a lot of German from his mother, Vera Smith, Vera Herr, who was Clara Herr's sister. And her father was straight German. He may have been born in the United States, but his parents, Vera Herr and Clara Herr's father, was born from German immigrants who came from Germany. She did, Hannah Nolte, came from Germany, and Frank Herr came from Alsace-Lorraine, France, which was German at the time. So there's a huge chunk of that German ancestry on one of those parents, because it says parent 1, parent 2. The other part is your Northern Europe, England, Ireland, which kind of fits with the Mills family, who would have been my dad's real father. But it would be really cool to be able to go through and figure that out, and to figure out my Grandma Bernard's family. And I did that kind of with and my Aunt Barbara. Very interesting. I'd like to get back into it, but I can't afford it. But I did buy the lottery, one Thursday, I think it was, for Michigan Mega Millions, and I won $4. So now there's $32 in my lottery account. I don't know how you get that out of there. It'd be nice to put that back. That would, because I spent $30 on the lottery, leaving me $60. So, also there's something coming in the mail for me today from State Farm. It's too small to be my bill for my car insurance, $136 a month for absolutely the basic that you have to have. It's a smaller envelope, so it could be the $400 that they're supposed to be sending out. And if it is, it goes right in the bank to save for when Roxanne and I get our apartment. And Joshua also told me that Jenna pays $30 a month at 20 years of age. She'll be 21 in July. $30 for 2 vehicles a month through State Farm. He says it's because she's got insurance, even if it's just Medicaid. Well, I have insurance that is just Medicaid. Why am I paying so much? I do not know. So if this isn't the $400, maybe it's a thing saying we've changed the amount that you pay for insurance every month, and it's only going to be $30. That would be wonderful. Then I could afford definitely to move in with Roxanne, because that $136 after you take away the $450 a month for, well, it's going to be $500. And even that might not be enough because of the electricity. Electricity is very expensive, kids. Natural gas is rising in price as well. But I think this place is totally electric. Next weekend, Roxanne comes and we will go down and look at the physical campus of the apartment complex. And we might, I think, stop at other places in Greenville that are rent controlled based on income. I don't think we're going to be as lucky to get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, washer and dryer in the building, in the apartment itself. It'll probably be where it's in the building in a separate room, and I hate that because then you got to worry about making sure your laundry is done promptly so that you're not holding up anybody else's laundry, or other people don't do their laundry promptly and hold up your laundry. Not that I have a lot of laundry usually. Anyway, I'm a little excited about maybe getting, because when that I got an email. It showed up on my phone, tells me when I get an email, and I went to it and I couldn't tell because I'm having a real hard time with my vision. It looked like $400, and I was like, well, it ain't the $4 million I was hoping for, but it's $400 more. That's great. And then I kept squinting. Is that $400 or $4? I can't tell. And it was $4. I don't know why I keep buying the lottery when I know that my fortune is just to be safe and sound the whole lifetime. That's upsetting. Well, it's not upsetting. Which would you rather have? Would you rather be rich and have troubles your whole life, or would you rather be relatively poor, which I am, and just have less troubles? Well, what do you learn from a life that doesn't have challenges? What do you learn about yourself and other people and how the world works if you're not challenged? And what value do you get from your life if it's all just smooth sailing? You know, just nothing bad, nothing good, just even keel. It's kind of hard. Anyway, Joshua and I are no longer estranged, which makes me very happy. very happy. No, he did not apologize, but it's wonderful that I got that second chance, because I had talked in this last video about how I had just stared at him and not done what I should have done, and this time I did what I was supposed to do as a mom. And I don't care if he apologizes or not. He's got his way of seeing me. It won't ever change until he crosses over and sees what my soul is and how much love I have for him and all of the challenges that made me grow with him. And I've missed him. Although he can be a little, he has opinions and belief systems that are not the same as mine. But I am truly grateful to God that it turned out in the next to the best way possible, because the best way would have been had they just dropped all the charges and put him on the guy that Josh says was responsible. But I still have to say, Josh, it was a Thursday night. You had to work the next day. You're out barreling along the highway, not able to see how fast you're going, blew past the sheriff's car, speeding. Had you been home, in bed, instead of going with this guy to see some friends down in Three Rivers or whatever, which it's kind of sketchy to begin with. Yeah, I'll give you a ride down there. I don't care how late it is. But that's his life. That's Joshua's life. It's not mine, and those are his choices, not mine. And he says he's learned some things from this. I hope so. He's not doing any pot or any other drug because he's on probation and has to have a drug test every time he goes. So that's good. That's good for him. Because there had been some talk of him doing stuff other than just pot. But that's hearsay. Don't know if it's true or not. Not my business either anyway, because he is in charge of his own life and his own decisions and his own choices. And look at this, I got a little horn. Isn't that cute? I got a little horn. But I am grateful to God for all of my blessings, all of my blessings. I now have all 3 children back in my heart and back in my arms. And that's a blessing I cannot take for granted. Everything works out for the glory of God. Everything works together for the glory of God, and it is a gift from God, a blessing from God, mercy from God, that I am back in touch with my middle son. I love you, Joshua. You were worth all the pain. You were worth all the pain and anguish and frustration you put me through, buddy. I love you a lot.